And welcome back to Talk Smack with Mac, man. It's going to be a fantastic episode today. I got 3 fucking dogs getting on the pod. We're ready to talk some football, man. I feel like I haven't had the guys on the pod in a while, so we're ready here to talk our shit. So let me introduce you guys, man. I got some of the best actors in Vegas, man. I got Shamel, I got Jeremy, and I got Michael, man. If you guys want to learn a thing or two, reach out to these guys because they're doing a damn thing. But anyways, man, how you guys doing?
All good, man. It still get dark too early for my liking, and people out in Vegas can't drive, but it's fine.
It's a struggle, bro. I realize that I'm in my office from the time the sun comes up and the sun goes down. Yeah. I don't get any sun.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's horrible, man.
That weather today, too, that was pretty crazy.
Did it hail down here? It hailed because I work in Indian Springs, and it was hailing like a mother. I thought it was snowing at first, and all of a sudden that thing was bop, 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 bop off my windshield, man. I thought I was going to crack it.
Dang. Yeah, it held up North Vegas, where I'm at, off of Low C and 215.
See, it's the weather like this that makes me worried because I got to drive to L.A. tomorrow, like I was telling y'all off mic, and I know that it's a certain part on that I-15 drive that randomly gets snow. And I don't know how to check you check the weather for the city you go into, not the cities you passing through.
Yeah,
not the intermediate. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going through Desert Valley. What's it called? Is that what it's called?
Death Valley.
Death Valley.
Yeah,
Going through
Death Valley.
and it's more like heaven.
I've never been to LA yet, so I don't know. But one
You ain't
day.
been
You
to
are
LA?
lying.
Nah.
How you
How
acting?
you,
and ain't
wait,
been to
bro?
LA?
You in a
Like,
movie every other week.
Yeah,
How you
exactly.
ain't been in LA?
He
Right?
just said he said I work local, like just local
It's
work.
not- it's-
My guy been at every film festival invented in 2023.
But see, that tells you all the work we get out here in Vegas.
I mean, that's a good New Year's resolution. He gonna get his. All
Oh,
gotta do is drive 4
I've been
hours.
wanting to, I've been pushing myself to, I do a lot of, submissions and I do auditions and stuff. I just haven't landed one yet. But, this year, I don't know, manifesting big things for me in my career. So I'm excited.
Got this.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
be in
fun.
LA and then I'll learn what you just said and then I'll call you up and be like, dude, you were right.
You know what's crazy, bro? Your first union set, they different. Like, I've been on a few local projects or like even a non-union project in LA. I did a Cash App commercial 2 weeks ago. Bro,
It's different.
they are different.
What
Like,
you eating on that set?
First of all, the food's amazing. But
That's what I want to know. What you eating on that
Like-
bitch?
like they have caterers, bro, and it's like even when it's not breakfast or lunch, like they still have food all day, energy drinks, Gatorade, all of that. But 2, one of the funniest things you're gonna see is the difference between non-union actors and union actors. Non-union actors on a union set are weird, bro. like they are weird. Like they. The most anti-social, socially awkward people you will ever meet. And then the union actors on the union set are the happiest people there. But they there already. So, like, I met, I'm not going to say her name, but I met somebody that's been on Grey's Anatomy, Station 19, Criminal Minds, like, and she was just kicking knowledge. Like, I acted like I didn't know who she was because I didn't know her name.
Yeah. You're like, I've seen her
face.
before.
I knew her face because I watched Grey's Anatomy and Station 19 avidly, like adamantly. I don't know the right word, but
You watch it religiously.
Religiously.
We go use
And I'm
that
looking
one.
at her and I'm like, I know you. How long have you been acting? 15 years. What advice would you give somebody that is making their way through but not quite to where you are yet? And the advice she gave me was, there comes a point where you have to recognize what you want to do versus what will get you work. Like if it's really your passion, you got to get to that point where is this a paycheck or is this your passion?
No, exactly. We was talking about that earlier. There's so much, like, the type of projects they put out nowadays is so different than when I was coming up, man. They be putting everything out there, man. So, like, you really got to be like, hey, this is no kidding, like, the type of actor I want to be. These are the type of projects I want to do. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in, like, a Sydney Sweeney thing where it's like you doing all this stuff, and taking off your top in every movie. Like, it's
Right.
like it's super important to like establish yourself early, man.
He can't keep his fucking shirt on.
Say, we taking tops off?
He was like, what?
He said, I got these tattoos for a reason.
Tops off, boys.
Y'all need to say, look at this new tattoo I got. It's fucking, it's in the middle of my back. I have to take my shirt off.
Yep.
I have done a lot of projects where I'm shirtless, and I have a lot coming up where I'm half naked. It's fun though.
I mean, and that's what he's talking about. Like, if it's something you're cool with, it's something you want to do, do it. But like, if it's not, and you start off that way, typecasting's a thing, man. You're gonna keep doing it over and over again until you eventually say no. And as soon as you say no, that's when you stop working.
Yep.
I just watched Cat Williams' interview.
With Shannon Sharp?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when he was talking about Epstein.
He was talking about everyone.
Everything.
He was talking about Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer.
He went easy on Kevin Hart though.
Yeah.
He
I'm
mentioned
gonna have to
Kevin
watch
Hart
this
like
now.
2 or 3
I gotta
times,
watch the
but
whole thing.
I gotta watch
Kevin.
He hates Kevin, man.
He went easy on him that time. His words were for Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, like
He did them boys dirty.
Nah, he about to get blacklisted for real, man. You can't talk about Steve Harvey.
Right?
Once you're accepted by
Family
the whites,
Feud?
man, you'll get canceled real quick.
Look, hey, one thing that this last month has told me is don't put people in the back of SUVs if you want your career, especially white women.
I think that's just a good fact of life. I don't think they got to be like a career thing.
If you want to stay out of jail, if you want to stay out of jail, just
Look,
don't put
if you want to
anybody in
keep
the back.
playing never mind.
But anyways, guys, man, I brought you guys here for a reason. All of you guys know some football, man. Before we dive deep into, playoffs and Pro
what's that
Bowl and all
timestamp?
that shit, 37-42. What you talking about? Don't be looking over here.
Bleep
There's too many
that name.
numbers for you, man. There's too many numbers for you. Shit, it's too much. But first, I want to start off. Shout out Tyreek Hill and the firefighters. I don't know if you guys know, but his house almost burnt down.
really?
Yeah, I
Shit
seen that
fucked up.
earlier. Yeah.
So shout out
just had a
to
kid,
the
too.
cheetah, man. He
Yeah.
ran up out of there real quick. He fucking. How many times do you think he could have went inside to save some shit if he had?
Oh,
to?
yeah.
No, he would have been like that one scene in X-Men with the Quicksilver and
Oh,
like,
running back in.
Yeah, exactly. Shit,
Oh,
pretty
for real?
much. That's about as close as you get to being a mutant right there.
Yeah.
But no, man, I want to talk about some NFL playoffs, though. It's almost that time, man. Most teams are sitting their best players. The Rams are sitting all their players. Lamar Jackson's sitting out. So the playoffs are pretty much solidified. And I got a little screenshot here for like the most realistic playoff scenarios. I think there's a couple games like the Buccaneers game and stuff like that still needs to iron stuff out. But we're going to go around. You guys tell me what you think, man.
Let's hear it.
We got that in the AFC first, the Colts and the Bills. First, I would like to say shout out to the Colts. They made it to the playoffs. Anthony Richardson got fucking hurt early in the year, was running like Cam Newton, and his body just couldn't take it. And then here comes Gardner Minshew, and he just fucking was like the glue to that team and willed them to the playoffs. But we're going to start to my right, man. Shamel, how you feeling about Bills and the Colts?
I'll always go against the Colts.
That was easy.
I don't care how good they are. I don't care what adversity they've gotten through. I went through entirely too much hell as a Patriots fan when Brady was there, and I will forever. There are 2 teams in the NFL that I will always 3 teams that I will always dislike: Colts, Bears, random,
Man,
and
fuck
the
them
Steelers.
Patriots. Let's just say that.
Hey,
Fuck them
look, nah,
Patriots.
nah,
Patriots. I'm with it. I'm
Here's
with it.
my
Fuck
thing.
Patriots.
I'm not a bandwagon Patriots fan. When Tom Brady left, I stayed, and y'all stopped talking about us. So I realized the hate wasn't real.
No, it's because you stopped cheating.
well, yeah.
Right?
And when you're irrelevant, nobody wants to talk about you.
Hey, look, and y'all got to stop with the cheating narrative because
People
they done
don't
already
cheat
about fucking
What?
6
How many times? How many times did
Look,
you guys cheat?
hey, they done already put out all the studies of how many more teams got caught cheating, way more than the Patriots. The Patriots just won while doing it, okay?
Because y'all cheated the best.
Yeah.
Hey,
Fuck.
look, hey, somebody said, you remember Deflategate?
Who doesn't?
Somebody said the Patriots was up 21 points before the deflated balls got put in. That game was over.
I highly doubt it.
I mean,
Yeah.
28-3. I got to remind you of that. I was watching that game. That hurt my heart. I was rude. I was so hyped for the Falcons, and then Matty Ice turned ice cold.
Indeed, he did it.
No,
And
you know what's
Tom
crazy?
Brady just kept diamond.
I lived in Atlanta at the time.
I was in
And
Hawaii.
Everybody, they already had wrote on the board at work, how about those Patriots, Shamel, before the game was over?
Oh, God damn.
And then when I
wow.
walked in the next morning to see it, I was like, how about those Patriots? Imagine being in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, did you get your ass
Patriots.
whooped? Like
People were salty.
Your co-workers weren't like, man, fuck you and those Patriots.
I had an office job.
I don't give a fuck.
Hey, look, being 6'1" and black in the office, nobody's
All right.
going to beat your ass.
Your perspective is completely different from mine. Being 5'9", 5'10" on a good day. And white, I don't really get, I have to fight for my fucking life out here.
Hey, look, that's what I tell everybody when I lived in Seattle, and they was like, Seattle's getting dangerous. I'm like, my perspective's different.
Jeremy, man, how you feeling? Bills and Colts.
I'm gonna say I like the Colts. Of course, I'm a Raider fan, so let's not talk about them. But if
Talk
I'm gonna,
about 'em.
if I'm gonna
Not,
pick, if
nothing
I,
to talk about.
and then you got me sitting next to this fucking ball over here.
You're welcome.
Look, I got repping all day. I'm gonna go with the Bills. I'm a big fan of Von Miller, despite what may have happened and he has done, offside of the field. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Bills on this one. I like Von Miller and Josh Allen. I feel like they deserve, something big. It's been a long time since the Bills have done anything, of relevance. So, I mean, it's been a while for the Colts too, since they had Peyton Manning and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Bills on
Let's
this
not
one.
sleep on that boy Andrew Luck, man. For the few years he was there.
Yeah, he was
fucking
on
shit
fire.
Up.
He was on. Andrew Luck was
Yeah,
like
that-
the
he
next
was
big
that
thing,
guy,
and then
yeah. You guys just couldn't protect him.
yeah.
They had to make rules, like new rules, because he was getting so fucked up. But Michael, how you feeling, man? Bills and Colts.
First off, is this like a losers bracket prediction? Because I ain't got neither of them teams making the playoff. I got my Dolphins beating the Bills this weekend, and then I got Pittsburgh beating the Ravens because I think Pittsburgh, like the Ravens, they don't want to play the Bills. Don't nobody want to play the Bills.
No, because they're a sleeper team. They had a down season, but they're still the fucking Bills.
Yeah,
They have Josh
exactly.
Allen and Diggs, and he'll throw that bitch up and he'll catch it.
Yeah, who you gonna want to play? Like, if the Ravens had a choice between playing Josh Allen or Mason Rudolph, who do you think they picking?
Who is Mason?
Yeah, so you
Rudolph?
know,
Yeah, right?
you- exactly. You know the Steelers, like they're gonna let the Steelers win that game. So that means that on Sunday, then they're literally playing whether if they make it, they get the 2 seed. If they lose, then they out the playoffs. Because the Steelers, I think, got the tiebreaker with that. So I'm thinking, like, that's my prediction. I think that Steelers gonna beat the Ravens, and then Bills gonna get knocked out by the Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
Yep.
All right, well, let's segue straight into the Dolphins because right now, as it's predicted, the Dolphins are supposed to play the Chiefs.
Taylor's going crazy over here.
Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Jeez. Kyle's about to kill me. He's like, what the fuck is all that tapping?
Right?
All right, so the Chiefs are right now forecasted to play against the Dolphins. Dolphins and the Chiefs.
Yep.
That is my wild card favorite game of the week. Who doesn't want to watch the fucking Chiefs and the Dolphins?
No, there's so
Right.
much history there, man.
Oh,
the
man.
cheetah going back to Arrowhead, try to get his revenge.
Trying
Especially
to,
after
yeah.
they got smacked. And where did they play? Germany? I think they played in Germany this year.
Possibly.
They got smacked down. So they got a lot to play for. But Miami, they don't play well against like good teams and like good defenses, man.
Man.
It's just bad.
Tua's going to have to get out there and really do the damn thing. You
Yeah,
know,
he has to. It really comes down to Tua. If Waddle can stay healthy, because he's a little dinged up right now. But I got the Chiefs. You know, you can't bet against Mahomes. He's the new Brady, man. Like
He is.
He's not out until you knock him out.
He's Peyton Manning in the regular season and Brady in the playoffs.
Yep.
It's absolutely fucking crazy. But I think with that Dolphins team, that the two-headed monster they got in the backfield, and then plus Tyreek, there's so much speed that this team has.
They're fun to watch for sure.
They're fun, man. They can stretch the
I'm
field
just
in
going to say,
in quickness.
historically, across all sports, for some odd reason, the team that starts doing good out of nowhere after being bad for so long, they always need a second year.
Yeah.
Like, I like how the Dolphins are playing this year. They need a second year.
They were good
I
last
get
year
it.
too.
They were,
But you got
this is their second
See,
year.
I was about to say that too, but then Tua got hurt. So like really, it's kind of like a
He was
restart.
throwing up some shit on the field when he got hurt. You guys remember?
He was.
that
He was.
shit?
They were
Yeah.
balling.
He
I think
was
they were 8-3 last year before he got hurt, and then they they won like two games after
Teddy
that.
Bridge came in
Yep.
and he just was not the Bridge. He was not.
Yeah, he wasn't who he used to be.
Yeah, the homie is definitely probably out the league now, but it's gonna be interesting, man. The thing about the Chiefs this year is that it hasn't been Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. It's been that fucking defense.
Yeah.
That defense putting in work, shutting teams down, and Mahomes has just been operating and slicing and dicing, doing his thing. I'm sure we all can agree. Come wild card time, he's not gonna be sitting down throwing for 200 yards. He's gonna be diming that motherfucker
If they can
spreading
catch the
it
ball.
around.
If they can catch the ball.
And Andy
'Cause-
Reid, I trust. He's been doing it 25 years, man, fucking very well. So I'm sure he's gonna come up with some type of game plan. He has like lived up to those expectations time and time again. So I think they're gonna be ready. But I'm gonna go with the Dolphins, man.
I'm gonna go for Dolphins too, man. Fuck the Chiefs.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins,
Why you
man.
feel that
for
way?
the-
I know, really. I want to know why you
Because
feel that
AFC
way.
West,
He's a
baby,
Raider
the
fan.
Raiders,
That's
man.
why,
Oh, Raiders.
You
My
can't
Raiders.
do
I
that.
Fuck the Chiefs.
That's
Look,
like
the
that's
Raiders-
like Panthers fans saying "fuck the Saints" when the Saints were good. Like you can't do that.
No, the Raiders.
the Chiefs aren't as good as like. I mean, come on.
They don't have to be good. They just have to get in. Then you let Patrick Mahomes
they
do
got
what
to
he
get
does.
in. You know, the Raiders, as shitty as our season was this year, we put up a fight against the Chiefs.
I'm
No,
not
I
gonna
think-
lie
I
to
think
you.
y'all
Y'all won.
Yeah.
Y'all
But I
busted
mean,
their
in
ass.
Yeah.
both games, in the first game, they beat us.
You
barely.
guys always do though. You guys like played the Chiefs probably the best in the
Yeah.
NFL.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
division rounds, like it's anybody's
different.
game. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
toss up. It's
different.
different because you see them twice a year, so you know how they play. You know how they scheme.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like when the Patriots had Tom Brady and the Bills would give them a run for their money every year, but the Bills were trash against any other team.
It's like
they
that
were
one team
garbage.
that was like
It's like
either
Ohio
you're
State versus Wisconsin. Like what? Why? Why is this the game?
Who you guys got out of the Browns and the Jags?
Browns.
Oof.
Browns.
Browns
man.
with Joe Flacco
Joe
off the
and
couch.
Flacco we trust, man. He got me 51 fantasy points, sent me to the championship.
Hey,
He did play a hell of a game.
Before we elaborate, shout out to Dorian, man, the backup quarterback for the Browns, Las Vegas native.
Yeah.
You know, he came in there and willed them to victory, got them a dub, and was that bridge to Joe Flacco getting there. So now he's a
Hell
rookie.
yeah.
He can sit back and learn some shit. But shout out to him. Shout out to them Vegas boys going crazy. But yeah, Mr. Joe motherfucking Flacco.
Nah, he's
Oh my
they-
God.
the Browns are my sleeper pick, man. You can't because the thing is their defense #1 in the league. And then now you got a quarterback who was on his couch and they just called him up and now he's just flinging the thing. He don't care if he throws 4 picks, he's still throwing 350 yards.
What's he got to
man.
lose?
Yeah.
Right? What's he got
What's he
to
gonna
lose?
do? Send him back home?
He said, shit, my
What's he
couch
gonna
is
do?
waiting.
Yeah,
This motherfucker's
exactly.
soft. It doesn't hit back.
You have no choice but to play me.
Y'all remember that movie, The Replacements? Like,
Keanu Reeves
That's
style,
Keanu
baby.
Reeves, man.
Underwater throwing fucking dimes.
Hey, my
Yeah.
guy's sitting up there like, I don't get hit as hard as he do. If I get this ball off in time, that's a flag. Like,
Hey, his name was Falco. Flacco, kind of, similar.
Hey,
You never,
parallels.
parallels there.
All right, we're gonna see, man. Amari Cooper loves him.
Yeah.
Raving all about him. But the problem is that who's their running back? Nick Chubb is out.
Yeah, Chubb is out, but they got Ford and Hunt. Like the split. The thing I like about the Browns is that Joe Flacco opens up the run game by his
Because they're so
passing.
scared, yeah.
Exactly. So like defenses can't like really. Well, they'll try to blitz, but like that opens up run lanes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like, players like Ford, they can break off for, a 20, 30-yard run like any given series just because of the threat that Joe Flacco presents throwing the ball.
And I could say, I think, all Flacco needs is 17 points?
Yeah.
17 points and you get a win?
Yeah,
17 points
exactly.
in today's game?
Kind of
Yeah.
like the Chiefs, they score 21, they win. They win ball games. Like that's
It's going to
crazy.
be interesting, man. I
man,
don't
we're
think
gonna
the
have to
Jags
stop
stand a
acting like
chance.
the NFL didn't pick a team, though. Like when we talk about the Chiefs, like we
You right? No, I fully agree.
Why wouldn't you do that?
It's scripted.
That's your poster
Hey,
boy
look,
now.
you
Your
know
money
how
maker.
mad the NFL was when Cincinnati beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championships 2 years ago? They said last year this will not happen again.
See, everybody picked the Chiefs except for the Chiefs front office. Like, how did they not get DeAndre Hopkins in the offseason, man? Like, that was crazy to me, man. I thought last year was their rebuilding year, and then they got even worse at the wide receiver core. It was crazy.
Yeah.
How do you not get DeAndre or Julio? I feel like you should give both of those guys a shot.
Yeah, because like Julio, I think he had 2 touchdowns last week.
Indeed,
they lost, but shoot,
he was Julioing.
Yeah. His knees may not work, but his hands do. He can run the short routes.
Get to the 30-yard line and put Julio in. Other than that, fuck that. You know, we need him. Yep. But you're telling me if you're on a 1-yard line, you're not going to put Julio wide left and run a fade and put Kelsey on the right, or even put Kelsey in the slot to the left and have him go across the middle?
Yeah.
It's like that's forcing it's forcing a single coverage in one of those areas. And I'm throwing it up to Julio every single fucking time. I'm throwing it up to D-Hop every single time on a fade and fucking 1-yard line.
But they got greedy, man. They were like, shoot, we won with a bunch of
nobodies.
Nobodies last year. Let's see if we can do it again.
Nobody's in Juju. Yep. And Juju was what, a B receiver at best.
Yep, exactly.
And they're like, fuck it, man, we got to save some money.
Yep. So if they lose this year, man, I want that whole front office, fired. This is the easiest year. The toughest teams are like the Ravens and the 49ers, and they're not going to meet the 49ers until at least the Super Bowl.
Let's talk about the 49ers. Brock Purdy, he came off that game against the Ravens. Was it on like Christmas?
Yeah, it was
on
like
Christmas. He threw 4 picks.
Yep.
Christian McCaffrey still did his fucking thing. That dude is going to give you 150 yards and a touchdown every game. Mm-hmm. But Brock Purdy, he's getting all this praise. He made the Pro Bowl. But is it unwarranted? When you have superstars all around you, is he getting too much of the credit? Yeah, it's the quarterback. But, I mean, fuck. Put Joe Flacco on that motherfucking team and let's see what happens.
Yeah. No, he's definitely getting too much credit because you got to think about it. Like, I saw a stat that said they're the first team since, many years ago that has 4 players with 1,000 receiving yards.
Exactly.
Because you got to think, because people hype up. The thing I don't like about Brock Purdy is that we saw the same thing with Jimmy G.
Oh, God, let's not even
Jimmy
talk
G's numbers were crazy good. His stats were off the charts, but that dude was throwing 8 passes and winning playoff games. Mm-hmm. No kidding. I watched him throw 8 passes and win a playoff game.
And that was before C-Mac.
Yeah, and when you think about it from a defensive perspective, you can't guard 4 of those guys. You know how hard it is to guard one A.J. Brown? Mm-hmm. You got 4 players that can get themselves open. All you got to do is pick who you want to get the ball to that one play.
And 2 or 3 of them could play multiple positions too.
Yep.
So it's like you're trying to cover dynamic guys.
Yeah.
All of them could line up in the slot. All of them could line up wide. All of them could line up behind the line of scrimmage in the backfield.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you stop that? And then you have George Kittle who will fucking blast the middle linebacker on a block or, catch a fucking fade route across the middle and take that shit to the house. So the 49ers are looking good. Brock Purdy, I'm not hating. I think the dude is fucking good. I think he's good for sure. Mm. But, I mean, is he a superstar? Fuck no. Yeah. Prove it, one. No. Prove it. You have to go win. Let me see you go to the playoffs and you go through, some of those elite teams in the NFC, which I'm not going to lie, I feel like the NFC is low-key fucking weak this year.
Yeah.
Oh, guaranteed.
The Cowboys in the NFC outside of the 49ers is getting the most, respect. And we all know they're going to lose in the first round.
Yep.
So NFC is trash.
I'll say this last thing before passing it off is that when people who say that Brock Purdy is near that elite status, do you think that he could do with the Texans what C.J. Stroud did?
So you're saying C.J. Stroud is elite?
Yeah.
Are you saying So I've been thinking about this. Is this dude like a top 8 quarterback already?
The Texans were 2 and like 14, 2 and 15, shit. Yeah.
And so what you're saying is he's a game changer, not a game manager.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Did you see what they looked like without him? When he was gone for 2 games with a concussion, they almost lost their playoff chances. They lost 2 straight. Right. And then he came back and then business as usual, won by 20 points. That. I'm mad because I'm a Panthers fan.
And I'm mad about the comment.
Yeah. I'm hurt because I'm not going to lie. I wanted Bryce Young because I didn't see nothing special with CJ when I watched the highlights, but he's the real deal, man. I respect it, man. Nah.
I agree with Levi. I think Purdy he's good. He's talented. Yep. He is a talented kid. but he's not elite yet. You're right.
No.
He's got a great team around him. I don't think he has the vision or the knowledge yet to be what is an elite quarterback. You know, to be able to spot blitzes, spot plays and change it up to make sure that whatever play you had and you switch it to is still going to be, progressive forward. I don't think he's there yet. You know,
So what do you think will get him there?
Time.
time
and
and
experience.
But
experience, practice. You know, he had, like you said, he has Kettle. And I'm a huge McCaffrey fan. You know, shout out Colorado. He's from Colorado, so
out.
Colorado boys, love
Carolina,
it.
we wasted his prime.
Obviously not. Look at this.
He's still killing it. He's still killing it.
He's
but-
just not hurt anymore because he doesn't
Yeah.
have to put all 11 of the players on offense on his back. He's
Yeah, he
just
doesn't
putting,
have to carry it.
He can if he wants to.
So here's a question that I got. So Brock Purdy is putting up some historic, crazy numbers. And if he does what you're saying, will he ever get the credit he deserves? Because if he's not getting the credit now, when he's doing what he's doing,
There's a shift.
Yeah.
There's a shift between putting up, fake numbers and filler numbers. And, did my receivers take a slant and take it 80 yards to the house and now I got an 80-yard completion for a touchdown? Did they do the work? Or is it going to be a shift to where you're going into the fourth quarter, the running back at that time, if it's C-Mac or whoever, is getting shut the fuck down and he's just dissecting the defense and driving down the field. Those stats really matter. He's making timely plays. He's not turning the ball over. He's making smart decisions. There's going to be a shift, like that 4 interception game. Some of those are tips. Some of them was bad decisions. I felt like he got flustered.
Yeah,
he
he got benched.
was like, "Oh shit!"
Yep,
like
he got benched.
I'm fucked up right now.
Yep.
That goes back to what you were saying, what you asked. How long is it going to take for him to make that shift if he does, or is he going to need the guys around him to just keep on filling in those stats?
and that's
To
the
your
thing
point,
too.
I'm
So-
cynical
yeah.
though, because he's an NFC quarterback. NFC teams never get the credit they deserve. Like, you got to be in the AFC to get credit.
I mean, because they don't ever win.
Yeah.
No, I always chalked it up to maybe the NFC
soft.
is better than people give them credit for, because the AFC sends the same 2 teams every year. The NFC, you never know who's winding up in the Super Bowl. So, like, I look at that as like, hey, maybe one of these conferences is harder.
But sorry to cross sports, but it's like the Eastern Conference in basketball. Like, even though like different teams get there, it's going to be the same, like 3 or 4 teams at the top. And that's the problem. The AFC, there's a lot more talent spread out. Like if Aaron Rodgers was healthy, the Jets might be in the mix, for a playoff berth.
To keep it on the cross sports, it's the same way that how many times the Heat got to make the Eastern Conference Finals for people to start saying the Heat might be a good team.
Well, they got Jimmy Buckets. Jimmy Buckets is not that. Like, he's great, but he's not that dude. Like, that's the problem.
Stop it.
He's not. He.
Hey, another topic, another time. You got me fucked up.
Go Nuggets. Back to back. Let's go.
We'll
You
talk
should've-
about Jimmy
look,
Butler another
my
time.
wife is a Celtics fan. You should have seen her when she thought they was about to get swept 4-0 like the Lakers did. Like,
I will clarify. He is that guy in the playoffs. But the thing is,
He'll put on his Superman
Yeah, he'll
cape
put on
and
the
his
cape.
fucking emo eyeliner and shit. Go fuck some shit up.
but there's 82 games he plays before that, and he plays very
was
mediocre.
it's called load management. It's called load management.
management.
All right, wake me up when the playoffs start. Yeah.
It's like, hey, hold up, are we above 500?
He said, "Hey, Tyler, here." He said, "I'll do anything my team needs tonight. Tonight they need you, Tyler."
Dude had more 40-point games in the playoffs with 2 games than he did the entire regular season like last year. That was crazy.
When it matters most, baby.
Hey,
When it
look,
matters most.
I
Look,
respect
what
it.
they
I
say about the
respect it.
in-season tournament? What are the Pacers and Lakers doing now? Like,
Lakers ain't won a motherfucking game since then.
Lakers are a
Hey,
500 team now. My
talk
bad.
about,
Let's go.
Let's talk about that. The lackluster NFC playoff matchup.
Oh yeah.
We have the Cowboys and the Packers. How did the Packers even make the playoffs?
Jordan Love. I'm feeling the love, man.
Feeling the
He's good.
You should not.
Jordan Love is good. Like, they actually showed a stat that said that his QBR is the same as Aaron Rodgers through like the same.
Pretty much all their stats.
Yeah,
Completions,
exactly. The
attempts,
exact same.
touchdowns, everything.
And the thing is with him is like everybody on that team is young.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anybody, like, in their main, like, offense is, like, besides,
Over,
I think,
like, 24.
Yeah, Aaron Jones is the old man on the team. Yeah, but everybody else is, like, under 24. They're going to be a problem, like, in a year or two.
We're gonna see. I hope,
Yeah.
man, because I never shit. I've learned as I'm getting older. I never shit on players anymore. I
Yeah.
appreciate greatness when greatness is, because it's not gonna be there forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I hated on LeBron for his first 10 years because they were like, motherfucker, he is not better than Kobe. Stop it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, damn, I missed out on Super LeBron when he was jumping from everywhere, like Blake Griffin and shit.
Yep.
So I just learned how to appreciate people.
I
but
do hate on Josh Allen, though.
why? That dude
I
is
hate on
fucking dope.
I hate on Josh Allen because the media, like, elevates him to a level he hasn't earned. Like, they
If
talk
it wasn't
about
for Patrick Mahomes, that motherfucker threw like 6 touchdowns in 3 minutes. And Patrick Mahomes was like, shit, I'm going to get 7, bitch. Go sit down on the couch. Go sit next to Joe Flacco.
I mean, you're right. But that's the thing is, like, it bothers me because you don't get that much hype for Lamar, who's about to be a 2-time.
You think it's because he's black?
No, I don't think
Black
it's 'cause-
quarterback?
I don't think it's because he's black. I think it's because Josh Allen. No, I think it's because Josh Allen is Larry Bird. Larry, like, we see the shift of the quarterback going to the dual threat, which airs toward the side of the black quarterbacks, and so Josh Allen actually does that. So him and Joe Burrow are their hopes, for QBs. No, I'm being honest.
For us
like,
white folk?
Yeah, exactly. They're the white hopes moving forward because Joe Burrow represents the quarterback of old, and he's balling out. They beat Mahomes, and then Josh Allen represents the quarterback of the future, that they got a chance to compete with where the quarterbacks are going.
Like a faster Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, exactly. That dude's you cannot take. I will respect that. You cannot take Josh Allen down to save anything, man.
I mean, do we want to have the honest conversation though?
About Lamar Jackson being black and about to be soon to be 2-time MVP of the league, and people are hating on him.
There's a certain shade of black you can be to be the face, and Patrick Mahomes fits that shade.
He fits the brown football test.
Fuck me. That's fucking funny right there.
Oh my.
So you say Lamar been in the sun too long?
I'm just saying,
that's cold. That's a cold
some
game.
Some people like beaches and some people like skiing.
I do agree with that. I just hate how they don't give the dude the respect that he deserves, man. Like, he's a 2-time MVP. And they still talk about this dude like he's a bum. Like, oh, he's got to prove stuff in the playoffs. I'm like, what has Joe Burrow and, like, Josh Allen done besides get close to beating Mahomes and actually beating Mahomes? Nothing. You don't get points for making it to the Super Bowl and losing. Like, Jimmy Garoppolo's been to a Super Bowl. We don't talk about him as one of the best players in the league.
Because we know he didn't.
Yeah,
He didn't.
We shouldn't
get
be talking about
there.
him at all. Damn it. Might as well bring up Jamarcus Russell.
Oh, since we're on the Raiders right now, get rid of the whole team.
Hey,
keep Antonio Pierce and the defense. Everybody else.
Can I tell you the thing I love the most about the Raiders is that they gave us an event stadium in Vegas, because WrestleMania will be here.
Oh,
in
it's
April.
coming.
I'm not going to a Raiders game.
The Super Bowl is about to be here, man.
Yeah.
Everything's coming.
No, bro, Airbnb in the house out. What? I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go to LA and catch a hotel room and make $8,000 real quick.
Right? Yeah. Airbnb. You need to get on Airbnb. And
I'm about to get like 15 bands in this.
Bro,
Like,
exactly.
Bro.
I'm gonna get
That's where
about
it's
8
at.
families at this bitch Super Bowl weekend.
Bro, and you know my path to the stadium is way less traffic than y'all's, because I live on the south side.
Oh, yeah.
We going straight up 15.
We're right there.
Like,
I'm about 2 shakes from the 15, so I'm gonna be all right too.
you about 80 million red lights.
Hey man, how y'all feeling? Yeah, how y'all feeling about the Buccaneers, man? We're projected to go against the Eagles. The slumping Eagles.
What's up with your quarterback, man? Is he good? Is he? Yeah.
He might not play on Sunday. We're gonna find out what Baker's all about. But you know what? He made me a believer this year.
I respect how he came out. Yeah.
he makes a few questionable decisions, but overall, this dude has played fantastic this year, and he has the heart of a fucking lion. And I saw him try to go heads up with a couple linebackers and safeties coming downhill, and god damn, he was trying to get some first downs.
Yeah.
So respect to him.
They can beat the
Buccaneers got a
Eagles,
lot
yeah.
of problems, but the Eagles are slumping at the right
they
time
can beat
for us
the
to
Eagles.
possibly take advantage. Buccaneers are 3-1 last 4 games. We fucked up in a divisional game against the Saints. We never fucking beat the Saints. But we ended the season against the Panthers. So it's like Baker plays, Baker doesn't play. I can go fill in that quarterback and we could beat the Panthers. So
Yeah.
I'm saying this because I'm from New Orleans partly. So if I wasn't a Patriots fan, I'd have been a Saints
partly.
fan. No, I'm saying I'm saying this partly because I'm from New Orleans.
Oh, okay. He's like, I was kind of from, but like, when Hurricane Katrina came, I was like,
I'll say I'm from Florida.
And that's why y'all know me. I would still live in New Orleans if Katrina didn't happen.
hey, man, good
completely
things
different
happen
man.
from fucked up shit.
Facts. I went to college. That wasn't gonna happen. But nah, I'm gonna be real. Let's not pretend that the Buccaneers were really going anywhere before Brady got there. Like, let's just
Oh, he
put them
changed the
back.
whole culture of the team.
You made it believers real quick.
I'm so
and I was
fortunate.
a fan of Jameis. I actually like, aside from the touchdowns, like I like the player, but you
Yeah,
know,
he has heart, man, but he's just a fucking idiot.
yeah.
Yeah, like when you think about their conference, the Buccaneers were the team that every team in their division, that every team in the division wanted to play. You knew that was a dub.
Yeah.
Like Panthers love playing the Buccaneers. Falcons loved playing the Buccaneers. Saints, it's like Saints and Falcons, they have problems every year. Like you never know who's gonna win that game. But prior to Tom Brady, the Bucs were the guaranteed cakewalk.
Yeah.
You ain't lying.
Tom Brady exposed your coach too. Yeah, when he went to the Bucks and won that chip, and see what has Belichick done for me lately?
Probably get fired. He didn't ruin the career of Mac Jones, ruined the career of Cam Newton, put the final touches on Cam Newton's legacy.
Nah,
Fuck you,
ESPN
your
doing a
bench.
great job of that.
He's doing a great job of that to himself.
Hey, I mean-
Just don't talk, man.
Man, shout out. He got a podcast, man.
I know he got a
podcast is
podcast,
good.
but
You
he
watch it.
knows who he is, so he knows what's gonna happen when he says certain things.
Man, hey, you put a microphone in front of our faces, you start acting crazy.
Yep,
I'm always this person.
and that's my quarterback too.
I ain't never changed.
He's a dog, man.
That was
boy
the
a
happiest
dog.
time of Panthers since 2016 was when he came back and played good for a half. It was great.
not the right shade.
he never recovered after Von Miller, made him his bitch.
That was bad.
It'd be like that sometimes, man. I couldn't even imagine like a 260-pound fucking monster running at me and trying to kill me.
Can you imagine?
I'm gonna shoot you.
You're right. Yeah.
Too little for that shit. Fuck that. That's not fair. You're different. You might fight back.
Hey, I was a center. They had to get past me. Every play they were running at me.
That's
Big ass
that's a good
linebackers.
question.
Yeah,
You played center. You play?
No, I didn't play.
No.
No.
Did you want to play?
Yeah, but I focus on school and
What
basketball.
if you would have played? What position would you have played?
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver,
I play quarterback.
quarter QB. Okay,
Yeah.
I was a defensive lineman.
Bro, so you already know the center has the worst job on the offensive line.
Yep.
You're the last one up.
Yep.
Everybody see the ball move before you finish moving it.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
No,
That shit is fucked
honestly, like the people in the trenches don't get the respect they deserve. man.
Yeah.
They get
That
beat up
paycheck
every
does.
play.
Yep.
Hey,
Every
look
play.
at the running back market.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers ain't getting paid. The
Nope.
left tackles getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't nobody like the people in the trenches, but goddamn it, them GMs is forking over some money.
Yeah, especially now with when Aaron Rodgers went down, with that Achilles.
It's not funny.
It's not bad. Like it's facts because they had a terrible O-line going into the season, and then it was poetic justice that he gets hurt like the first play of the game. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
On turf.
Yep.
You think it's turf?
No,
Turf's the reason?
Hey, look.
Or old washed up Achilles?
I think it's just old age.
Old age. Yeah.
Like if a 40-year-old, normal 40-year-old like walked and like rolled their ankle and couldn't walk for a week, then it's like, okay, cool, you're 40. But like he does it and it's like, oh, was it the turf? No. He's 40 years old and his body's breaking down.
Hey,
Offensive
don't be trying to
line.
run that fucking, the running back off the tackle, trying to have Aaron Rodgers hike the ball, run his old ass over there and hand it off.
And that's what
offensive line is the only position in football where talent does not help. It's skill and hard work. Yep. Like, there is no talent that can help you go from a 3-point or a 4-point stance to, especially on a pass block, you can't move forward. You have to just stop the motherfucking defensive line coming at you. It's full speed. Also 6 feet taller or higher when you play a good school. Like, that was the worst. When you play them good schools and you realize, like, oh, we short. Yep. Like, I'm 6'1", like, oh, I'm short.
Imagine how we felt. Shit. I was like, God damn, I'm short as fuck.
That was the smallest defensive lineman in the state.
Bro, like, so you already know when you go up against an offensive line that got like 6'5" dudes on it, like, wait, y'all in high school?
Like, you're 14? Fucking Jimmy has a full beard, 6'5", 235, and he's benching 280.
So, bro,
he's
I remember
14.
I remember I played in East Jefferson Parish, which is essentially like the equivalent of Summerlin. Either Summerlin
Rich folk.
No, not even Summerlin. Not even Summerlin. I'd equate it to east of Henderson. So like where Henderson meets the north side, I'd equate it to that. Right? So that's the type of school I played for. I played for a hood school, but not inner city New Orleans. We went over to West Jefferson Parish, and it was some boys came on the field with jerseys identical to the Saints. They shit fit. Like, you know how in high school, like, you get the jerseys that they had from last year? They shit fit and had their names on it. We was like, who the fuck?
That school got a lot of money.
That booster club money.
We looked at them step on the field and knew we was about to get blown out.
Oh,
Damn. You bought the jerseys. They're like,
parents ain't
we
investing
lost.
in a team that's bad.
We gonna get them in a couple decades, baby. Come on.
We keep giving you these jerseys with the name on the back. Eventually, they'll pay off.
And I did the Cardinal center of a lineman, though. We was getting blown out already, like bad. And the linebacker came up to the defense, the nose guard. The linebacker came up to the nose guard and said, hey, I'm about to try something my dad showed me. When I tell you, I was playing right guard in this game. Center snapped the ball. I stood up and moved. I'm like, hold up, we already getting blown out. Now you about to start trying shit? Like, you ain't even running the play your coach tell you no more.
In your head, where you sitting there about the hiking, you're like, man, he ain't about to try shit.
I said, I got taken off the field after that play because the coach saw it.
Yeah.
Like, man, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, coach, man, it was 56-7, and he's talking about trying shit. I ain't got time for that.
Saving my body for next year, coach.
Right.
That's all I'm doing.
I'm going.
You're going to need me in the offseason to get better. I can't do that if motherfuckers trying shit.
Look, you want me to start again?
Yeah.
I'm the biggest motherfucker we got. Everybody else is Jerry's height.
And once again, for context, for everybody listening, mind you, I said the linebacker came up to the nose guard.
He's about to jump off his back.
Bro, I knew we were passing that play. The linebacker can run.
Yeah.
They don't have to get up when the ball snaps. They get a running start. Whatever you about to try, I will not be in position to catch it.
Wait. So here's the question for everyone listening. What did he try?
I don't know.
You didn't even look. You were just like,
he went right by you.
Look, when I tell you, you the center, right? We down like this. When I tell you I stood up and turned completely around, like, go ahead, bro.
I said, Olay.
Your quarterback got smacked?
I think so.
Oh, he didn't get smacked.
Hey, you hiked in pretty much and started walking off the field.
You could have ruined a man's career.
Hey,
someone could have gotten hurt.
Just get the sack, not the hit stick. Like,
damn, man, that's crazy.
At that point, we should have been playing flag with the way that score was. Like, it was just, there was no hope.
Y'all started having the clock run at the beginning of the game?
Bro, you could see through our jerseys.
Yeah, my dad wore this one. Man, who you guys got? AFC Championship game.
That's good.
Can I ask a question real quick for context?
Sure.
Yeah.
And this is both conferences. When the hell did the Browns and the Lions get good? When did that happen?
Well, the Lions got good last year.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, towards the end of last year, yeah.
Which I think sucks because what's his name? Stafford deserved that team.
Yep.
You know, he was with the Lions for so many years. He deserved this winning team.
He won
you know?
8 games in about 10 years.
Yeah, like he deserved this team. I mean, he went to a
playoff one time.
Yeah, he
went
went
to
to
playoff.
he went to where did he go to the Rams? You know, and won the Super Bowl and stuff, which is good. But he does, he was with them for so long. His loyalty to the Lions, he deserved the team that they have now.
Person really laughing is Jared Goff. He's like, ha! Yo, you want me, huh?
Yeah.
Shit, I'm about to win with Detroit. How you like me now, motherfuckers?
Because I ain't going to hold you. As a Patriots fan, obviously, once we were no longer the Patriots of yesteryear, a lot of us kind of started just like popping back up around the playoffs. Like, all right, am I going to watch the Super Bowl this year?
Y'all
Watch it for commercials.
Y'all going through some dark times, man.
Bro, and
Belichick
our
is
jerseys
gonna
ain't
end
even
up
dark.
leaving.
We got some of the
White
lightest jerseys.
yeah. Ravens in the AFC Championship.
I got Ravens and Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
I'm going to say Chiefs and somebody. I'm trying to think. For some odd reason, I feel like. Let me check that record, actually.
Go ahead, man.
We gotta do some. We gotta do some Googling.
I just need to check
let me look,
I
bro.
just need to check their record before
Let
I
me
say some
educate
shit that's on
myself.
camera.
What you thinking over there, Jeremy? AFC
I don't know.
Championship.
It's so tough, man. I always believed that the NFL was scripted, so I was like, Vegas Super Bowl here. The Raiders are going, and then McDaniel screwed up our entire fucking season, and then they replaced him, and I had some hope when Pierce came in. I'm like, oh, we start winning some games. I'm like, yeah, we're making it Super Bowl, and then we're not. So I'm a little sad about that. I would have loved to see not just because it's my team is the Raiders, but to see the home team, very first Super Bowl here in Vegas, our stadium, our town, our city. So it'd have been nice.
Well, they messed that
No,
up.
this
when they
ain't
got rid of
LA,
Derek
bro.
Carr for Jimmy G.
They
Oh my god!
that was all Josh
Yeah.
McDaniels. They fucked up hiring Josh McDaniels over Bachicha. They should have just kept him.
Josh McDaniels over anyone else.
Everybody else.
They could have hired a fucking old woman on my street, and she would have did an equivalent job.
Oh, guaranteed.
Josh McDaniels is not a head coach. He's not head coach material.
Nope.
He's a terrific
go.
offensive coordinator.
He's an OC. It's all he's ever been.
Not a head coach. Every time he tries, he fails. Just like every quarterback that's ever backed up Tom Brady.
Yep.
None of them have ever been good. Just like Belichick without Tom Brady.
Look, get it in while you can.
I'm gonna be.
It's gonna be a
you
while.
You
Y'all
can.
gotta
It's a
get Caleb
long
Williams.
time.
It's gonna be a long, long
You're
time
in the
that we
dark days,
can.
buddy.
Hey, you know what?
What?
It's okay.
Wait, what?
Belichick is
It's
gone.
okay.
Buccaneers about to lose in the wild card. We're gonna sign Bill Belichick, and then he's gonna come win a Super Bowl. Wouldn't that be the craziest shit ever?
That would be a wild
like
story.
Tom came, won, and then Belichick came, won, and then they both retire. That'd be the craziest sports story ever.
That would be a crazy.
Tampa. That's just what it is, baby. It's fucking
Why is everybody
hot.
going to damn Tampa? Winning Super Bowls.
Yeah, it's warm. Shit.
Florida.
Fucking, yeah. Florida's the shit, man. If you
I've
got
never
some money,
been.
you gotta have some money.
I know, man. I've never been to the East Coast either.
Jeez.
Just Colorado and Vegas. That's it.
And everywhere
say-
in between, yeah.
Yeah. Arizona, Utah, New Mexico. That's it.
Bracket's not out yet, right?
No.
All right, so I'd probably say Chiefs and Dolphins in the AFC.
No, they're projected to go wild card.
But if they win, they number 2, so they would play in the second round.
Either way, they're
Yeah.
playing.
I mean, if I were to pick like a sleeper pick, I'd pick the Browns.
That's
I would like to see a Browns Ravens.
you know what?
That'd be a slobber knocker.
You know why I would like to see Browns Chiefs though?
Why?
The same reason I was happy that Cincinnati sent the Chiefs home 2 years ago. I just want to see teams that aren't supposed to win beat the Chiefs.
Hey, let me elaborate on that too, or add on. Say hypothetically speaking, the Browns do great and or win the Super Bowl.
That won't happen.
Do you trade Deshaun and just roll with Joe Flacco?
Trade him to who?
Yeah.
Who's picking up that contract?
Anyone that will.
The Patriots.
Belichick is like, I'll take him.
Nah, you
turn him into a
gotta
winner.
roll with Deshaun. Like this is like the Matt Stafford run. It's like a once in a generation type.
So if
thing.
you're Joe and you win the Super Bowl, do you retire after that? Or you're
Yeah,
like,
oh,
fuck
hell
yeah,
yeah.
baby, let's
you
go.
do, you Peyton Manning your way out. You win a Super Bowl and say, I'm going home. I don't care if I didn't have a touchdown pass.
Right.
Hey, I won the Super Bowl.
How do you feel, or do you think that Joe Flacco goes home and he's like, man, I don't know how the fuck this is happening, but let's keep it rolling, baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got to be excited. You know what I mean? Like, all I keep thinking is fucking the replacements. You know, his ass out there scrubbing barnacles off a boat, and then gets a call.
Yo, you about to
you
go
know?
home and watch the replacements.
I'm about
ain't
to
you?
watch that shit too, man. I'm gonna watch it on Sunday before the fucking Browns game.
Right for good luck.
Yeah. Every Browns fan out there, make sure you watch the replacement this weekend, and we're all gonna tag Keanu Reeves and the Browns.
All right, so hypothetically speaking, if the Browns do make it to the Super Bowl, who we got in the NFC Championship, and who do we think is winning the NFC Championship?
NFC Championship, man. I'm gotta go with the Niners just because the NFC is so trash.
Or
I was gonna go Lions.
they're that good.
No.
No, Lions gonna get smacked. I believe
I
that
think
some teams are
They're
just
gonna
not
lose in the
supposed to
wild
win.
card. They're gonna lose to the Rams.
I hope not.
I think the Rams are
So,
hot.
and there is that history, as we briefly touched on
Yeah.
before. You know, Matthew Stafford playing against the Rams, Jared Goff playing against, Matthew Stafford playing against the Lions, Jared Goff against the Rams. So there is like a lot of shit talking rights and like for your manhood, you know? If I'm a man and you just traded me and we're playing you in the playoffs, fuck you. I'm about to fuck you up. Let's go.
So we talk about the Niners and their Avengers, but the Rams got their own squad. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and
Who
Kyron
made
Williams.
the Pro Bowl as a rookie.
Yeah.
That dude he's balling, man. Have you watched any of the Rams games?
Yeah,
I haven't watched.
Yeah,
I watched a little.
I watched
of
some
a
because I had
couple.
a couple fantasy players
Yeah.
a couple weeks, and I'm like, they can play with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they got hot at the right time. Their problem is that they had a lot of injuries early. Cooper Kupp missed like the first 3 games, and then he missed like another one in between,
Mm-hmm.
and then Matt Stafford got hurt. So like their record doesn't reflect how good they can be. So that's why they're my sleeper pick in the NFC, because I think they can beat both the Niners and
the
Lions.
Cowboys and the Lions. Yeah,
And then
I mean,
and once you get to the NFC Championship,
anything can happen.
anything goes, man.
Well, that's why I think the NFC is intriguing because it is so wide open. Any of these teams can win.
Yeah.
So it makes it a bit more exciting. And when you throw in the fact that the Lions did make it, it's like, holy shit, the NFL is finally turning over, at least this year.
I just hate the narrative that the NFC is trash or the NFC. There's
It's
only
just
one.
not up to par, man.
But
They
we
are
say-
trash when the third best team might lose to the Buccaneers. Like there's a real chance that they might lose to the Buccaneers.
But we say that, and then it be wins that the NFC. I mean, it'd be years that the NFC wins the Super Bowl, and then it's like, all right, so is the AFC trash? Because the NFC team beat them.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. We were just talking about it. Like, and when it comes to Super Bowls and all that stuff, like
Anything
anything
can
goes.
happen.
Like,
Yeah.
your quarterback got 3 lucky Super Bowls. Like, who wins a Super Bowl with 13-3? Who wins a Super Bowl come back 28-3? Who wins a Super Bowl when you don't give Marshawn the ball on the 1? Like, like anything can happen.
I mean,
I'm surprised Pete didn't get fired after that shit.
I would.
He had time and a timeout. You're telling me, and downs.
Honestly,
And
at
downs.
this
Yeah, it
point,
was the
watching
second
Russ,
down.
I think Russ called that play. Like, seeing how Russ is
God.
playing right now, I wouldn't be surprised if he called that play.
Man, you give that
they really
ball.
took his starting position over.
Yeah, because they
something that
didn't
petty?
because of his money. Yeah,
That's foul.
What are you talking about?
they're talking about Russ Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
getting benched.
No, I wanted to
Broncos?
bring that up.
Yeah.
So
Oh, my
they
bad.
cut him. We'll get back to maybe Super Bowl picks in a minute, but they cut Russell Wilson because he had like $37 million in injury guarantees.
Yep.
And they're like, no, fuck that. You're not playing.
That's
So now you go into the offseason. Now that relationship is ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
real
signed
quick,
this guy
And you
to
know
a
what's even
crazy
crazy?
contract.
Is he still
too.
getting paid for the games that they not playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they sat him. But you know what's even crazier? Is that they asked him to restructure his contract like 4 or 5 weeks ago. And then they started winning. And then they asked him to play after he said no. Like, and now they're benching him. It's crazy, man.
Doing them dirty.
Like, it's the biggest thuggery I ever seen in the NFL.
But that's the thing. He negotiated I'm pretty sure a lot of guaranteed money. Which
Yeah.
I think it's
but
absurd
you agreed
that
to
NFL
it.
contracts aren't guaranteed.
No, I think they're actually getting investigated for that because you can't make a contract and then try to ask somebody, hey, can
to
you
go back on the contract.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
Sign
No,
that
like,
that's what
I
the
signed-
contract is.
That's what it's for.
Yeah.
to protect me, motherfucker.
Yeah, I didn't tell you I was gonna be good when I showed up. Exactly.
Y'all see me passing on the one?
You knew what you were
Shit.
getting into. They didn't want me in Seattle. They couldn't wait to get rid of me in Seattle.
It was like, you're gonna give us stuff and draft picks for this guy? Here, take him.
Yep.
So if the Broncos cut him in the offseason, it's $80 million in dead money.
Yep. And the crazy thing is they don't
$80 million.
have a backup. Like, who are you gonna start? Stidham?
They haven't had a quarterback since Peyton left or
Yeah.
Peyton retired.
Yeah.
They didn't have one before.
And the crazy and the craziest part about it is that Russ was not playing terrible this year.
At all, man. He was getting so
He
much
just didn't
of-
mesh with Peyton.
Yeah.
Like they just didn't
You
mesh.
could tell.
Yeah.
You could tell. Just by body language, the way they look.
Yeah, and the fact that he
mannerisms
yelled at
and
him
shit.
on the sideline, I would have punched him in the mouth, man.
Yeah.
I
I'll
don't-
fuck your old
you
ass
know-
up. Like,
Exactly. You don't yell at me in front of all the cameras and my family and my wife can see. No, man. No,
I'm not a fucking kid. For real. Pete
That's
Carroll,
true.
I mean, Sean Payton would get his ass whooped for that shit.
Yeah, especially
Sean
when you're the one who
Payton
called the
should've
plays. Like, what
retired
you?
with Drew Brees.
Hit him in his fucking hip.
And it's-
That's personal opinion.
What?
Yeah.
Sean Payton should have retired with Drew Brees.
You should have.
Oh, yeah.
Like Belichick should have.
Yeah.
Sean
I agree.
Payton was not successful
we should have
without
went out
Drew.
on top.
Right.
See,
He wasn't
Go out
even
on top.
successful
Why
with
not
them
go
for
out on
most
top?
of the time.
I don't know this like misnomer where we think that coaches make players because players win games. Like players actually play the game. Like coaches come up with systems. Like there are very few like great coaches. Great
Bill
coaches.
Jackson.
Great coaches are made by great players. He
don't
had the
know.
GOAT. He had the second
Nah,
GOAT,
nah.
which is
Yeah.
Kobe.
No, pause,
What did
pause.
And the most
Phil
dominant.
Jackson win with the Knicks?
Hey, hold up.
What did he win with the
Do
Knicks?
we want to be real about the fact that like Michael Jordan was the greatest player in the world before Phil Jackson, but never made it past the second round?
My
bad,
That
wrong
was that
sport.
was a
Wrong
Scotty.
sport.
That was a Scotty issue.
Hey, y'all coming back. We have an NBA segment next.
Tune in next week.
Wrong sport.
Oh, yeah. I got some shit for y'all.
He's like he's still steaming about that Jimmy Butler comment.
Oh yeah, just sitting on it, just waiting.
As soon as you guys leave, I'm getting my fucking eyeliner out. I'm fucking just popping.
So I'm about to
Sitting
go
in
get
front
a
of my
wig.
fireplace.
I do
listening to metal.
think that's funny. Every media day he does something
That's
different.
so
in the
it's
truck.
so
I like
smart
that.
though because y'all be seeing the highlight thumbnail on YouTube. They have to use the media day pick.
Yep. Yeah. It's,
That shit is hilarious.
Every time a Heat game pop up on my YouTube on screen, I'm like, this guy.
no, last year when he did it, they got so upset with it. They used the 2K
2K
generated picture.
No, funny.
Yes, they started using the 2K picture.
Hey,
That's hilarious.
you think Jimmy was back there like, man, I'm about to fucking troll these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he did it on
If it-
purpose.
it's
That
also
is
like,
intentional. Yeah.
Why is nobody else ever doing this?
It's just like, well, remember Marshawn Lynch? I'm only here so I don't get fined.
Yep.
That's a question. I'm only here so I don't get fined. Like
Hey, man.
everybody
Gotta
has
do-
their own little
yeah.
thing, you know.
You gotta do what you gotta do. All right, what's up with the Eagles, man?
Their defense is trash. They ain't got defense, and honestly,
They got players, but they're not
So-
meshing.
you know what the biggest issue is? Their head coach, because you can't. Why are you celebrating and yelling at fans after a regular season game? You're supposed to be the head coach. You're supposed to be about
Setting the
business.
standard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like the second he did that, I'm like, it's not gonna be good because he's not focused on the right thing. Like that's not a Super Bowl. That's that's one game. And then after that, they went like 1-5 or whatever, like however many they lost in a row because they're not focused on business. And then the second issue, AJ Brown. Like, because I had Hurts on my fantasy, so I watched their games like every week, and like he was getting into it with Hurts while they were winning because he wasn't getting the ball, and I'm like,
It's selfish.
yeah,
He's a selfish player.
like I don't think like he wants to make plays. I get it, but the thing is that when you get at it like that when you're winning, then all of a sudden now your quarterback's like, oh, I got to feed this guy to make him happy, instead of playing the right way. Yeah, like it takes the focus out. Like they pulled the focus away from business and made it about a lot of selfish stuff, like you saying.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's also the conference in football. I mean, the division in football. Yeah. Like that's the division that, regardless of how bad they get,
they're always going to get a lot of attention.
Yep. That's Giants, Eagles. Like really. Like, that's the division in football. Like, regardless of where you live, there will be fans.
Sadly.
Like, you could do stupid shit if you're employed by those teams because you will never lose revenue. Like, at home.
So, like, people joke that every year is the Cowboys' year. You think they actually could do it this year?
Nope.
No, not a chance?
No. They got the players, but they don't ever put it together.
So execution, yeah.
The only thing that makes me say that this year is different is because I saw something different out of Dak. Because previous years, they have no chance because Dak always melts in the postseason. This is the first year that I've seen him like ball.
Yeah, because we haven't made it to the postseason.
The NFC Championship and losing.
Yeah, so if that's a win for them. When's the last time they've been to an NFC Championship game?
What they said, Kobe said, we don't hang division.
That's true. They don't. But
job's not finished.
My thing is that I think their only path to making the Super Bowl is they don't face the Niners at all. Somebody beats the Niners before they get to it. That's why they need this 2 seed, because then they won't play the Niners into the championship round, and then that's when they got a chance to get beat. And I think, like I said, I could think the Eagles obviously can beat them. I think that the Rams could beat them too. I don't think the Lions got really much. I don't know what it is about the Lions, but they just don't sit right with me.
If the Lions make the Super Bowl,
we right.
That's my pick. I'm going Lions Browns.
I might
underdogs
buy
all day.
A scalper ticket.
Are you parlaying that?
The fact that the Lions and the Browns are making the playoffs, like.
Yeah, that's a good year.
I like underdog stories,
World might
man.
blow up or something.
I've always been an underdog story. You know, I'm a small dude and stuff, and I always get looked down on. But then I succeed, so it's like I want to see the Lions. I want to see the Browns. That's my.
Sorry to break it to you, dog, but it's not gonna happen.
If it happens, we riot.
If it happens, I'm having.
You can put a $10 parlay on Lions, Browns, and probably make $2
million.
Yeah, like honestly, like a lot of money.
All right, shit, let's go.
Super Bowl picks, man.
Talking about DraftKings?
Oh, he already made his pick. Lions, Browns.
Lions, Browns. That's what I'm going for.
We got.
You said Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I honestly see the Chiefs there again.
Fuck the Chiefs.
I told you that's the team the NFL picked. It's like what they say on Gilbert Arenas' podcast. Like, hey, you got to win by 15 to win by 1. Like, the NFL's picked the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going. And from I want to see the Lions.
Okay. All right. So we got 2 Lions people.
I want to see that. Like,
I got the Ravens because they just mollywop everybody that matters in the league right now. Like by
complexion.
Look, man. At the end of the day, if you blowing out teams by 25, ain't much the rest can do.
Right. It's like, stop this.
Yeah, exactly. And then
holding offense.
Quarterback holding.
I got the Rams, man. I got the Rams. They've been hurt, man.
Coming back.
I think they could come back, man. Like their team is better besides like the defensive side of the ball, but their team got better on the offensive side, man.
You still got Stafford and you still got Aaron Donald. So it's like,
Donald's a beast.
I'm such a casual fan that ever since the Rams left St. Louis and the Chargers left San Diego, I keep forgetting they exist.
Every year, I'm talk about too much, man.
And the Rams even got a Super Bowl, and it's still like, oh yeah, the Rams.
The Rams. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That was like a fever dream. Like I don't even remember that Super Bowl because I don't think anybody really watched it because nobody wanted to see the Bengals versus Matt Stafford.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, it was
we all forgot.
Well, I watched it for the halftime show. Dr. Dre, Eminem.
I watched it because one of my friends played for the Bengals.
No way. That's dope.
Who's his friend?
Trey Hopkins, starting center.
Hey,
Shout out Sanders. Shout out Sanders.
I'll give a
Go
shout
lineman.
out to Michael Carter, running back on the Cardinals. Yeah, he had 13, 15 fantasy points. Got a touchdown this weekend. So, want a quick shout out to him.
Hey man, appreciate you guys bringing in the dubs for the fantasy. You said who did you say it was?
Michael Carter.
Michael Carter, man, getting them dubs. You know, I'm gonna go low key on the sleeper side, kinda, for my Super Bowl pick. I'm actually gonna go 49ers, but I'm gonna take the Dolphins, man.
Okay.
I just feel like Tua's gonna let that left hand sling, and he's just gonna throw it up, and Tyreek's gonna be underneath it to catch it.
See, I like because Tyreek's he's my fantasy like wide receiver. So I watched like every single one of the games. The 70-point game was wonderful.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. My thing about Tyreek is that I think he can't perform against good teams because he's so small.
That's big.
Like I notice how small he is when he plays against good teams, and
Gonna find out his little ass better be extra shifty in the playoffs because he's got the shit to
Yeah.
play for.
Yeah.
No, he's got some things to prove, man. But that's the thing about like receivers, anyways. Like he's already got a Super Bowl, so all he's playing for is he's playing with house money, really. Like he don't need anything else but like to get 2,000 yards in a season, and
That's why he left to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. So like he's set. It's just that his big game is going to be the Chiefs. So like if they beat,
there, get 200 yards and 2 touchdowns and fuck some shit up.
yeah.
All right, yeah, that battery pack just died, so that's our cue, man.
Damn.
You guys are just gonna see me at the end for the
all right.
last fucking 30 seconds.
That's all right.
But no, I appreciate you guys, man. Michael, this is your first time getting on Talk Smack with Mac, so I appreciate you. Jeremy, you know, you've been here before, man. I appreciate you getting on the show. Shamel, it's always a good time with you talking some shit. I definitely got to get all three of you guys back and talk some basketball because I got some shit to motherfucking say.
He's sitting on that, bro. He's sitting on that comment.
But no,
He waiting.
let's definitely get that pod set up. But no, I appreciate you guys, man. All three of these guys are doing big things in the city and soon outside the city.
One day, baby, it's coming this
So
year.
make sure you guys tap into all of these guys, man. Make sure you follow them on Instagram. Yeah, man. That sums it up for this episode of Talk Smack with Mac, motherfucking NFL playoff special, baby. We out. Peace.
Peace.